Welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda, and today I am creating for Scrapbook Sketch design team and using my Counterfeit Kit challenge and doing some pictures of last October when my oldest was 18. So that was her 18th birthday. These are the only photos that I'm going to do for her 18th. So I'm going to do a double page layout. So I'm going to use a premium sketch from Scrapbook Sketch, and it is from May 2024, and it's a double sketch. So the premium subscription, I can't show you the sketch because it is paid for content for subscribers, but it gives you an idea of some of the things that you can do with a sketch. So this one was a double page. You'll see some of the design elements coming out really quickly here. So the first thing I did was I punched out 2 red scallop borders. I'm going to cut down the pictures of her opening up her presents to 3x4 and us out for dinner, and then our cake ones are 3x5. And then I'm going to make a flip for the 3x5 because I have more pictures than what is needed. And so I'm going to cut this at 3.5 by 11, and then I'm going to crease it in the middle at 5.5, and that gives me a great flip. And then this is 8.5, so I'm just going to cut it into a square to start with. But had I thought about it with my measurements, I would have known right away that it wasn't going to be a square because my pictures are not square. So that's okay. I did decide for the top one on the flip, I am going to give a very thin line of a white matte, just because I wanted it to pop a little bit more. That photo is going to have a little bit more business around it, so just a little bit of white just helps bring your eye to it. So then that's going to go on. It's not going to be straight, and I'm not going to get it up off the printer paper because this is thin paper to do that matte with, because this is already going to be pretty thick with the flip, but that's okay. And then her blowing out her candle, because she only wanted one, so whatever, it doesn't matter. And then those are going to go on just plain, line them up, awesome. And then these, I'm like, oh yeah, if I thought about it, I would have known that this needs to be more like 6.5 instead of 8.5. So my photos are 4x3s, so the 8.5 gives a 1/2 inch on both sides, like a 1/2 inch extra, so that there's room on both sides. It's the same with the 6.5. With the 3, if I put them all on with the middle, it would have been like a even border, but I'm gonna have a little bit more black in the middle. Oh well, I had thought about lifting them up and like moving them in, but they're fine like this. They're straight, not a big deal. And so now I'm going to get my paper going. So this is going to be 6 inches, and so it's going to be top and bottom on 2 pages. This is going to be a 6 inches, so cutting these 2 papers in half. And that one is a Simple Stories paper from a long time ago. And then the one with the toadstools on it is from Simply Stated Design, and it's so cute. That one is from a package called Fantasy Fairy House, I think. Fairy Fantasy House. I don't know. It was in my brain and now it's gone. Oh well. This is gonna go on. This is gonna go underneath. And then that seam is going to get hidden by the scalloped edge that I punched for the border punch. I could have used like an actual border strip if I had one. I wanted this to tie together, so the red works really well with cardstock. I could have done it in black too and tied some of that more black in, but I didn't want to lose the matte that I used, but I could have used the matte in red and the border in black, and that would have been just fine too. I could have also left one of these not pattern paper, and that would have worked just well too. So I do want this to line up on the other side, so I'm going to line it up, and my head's going to get in the way and line this up. And if you can hear my dog in the background, it is time to feed the dog. So I don't know if you can or not, but if you can, it'll be what it is. So I did fuss with that a little bit because my paper was moving a little bit. So 2 magnets are better. And then I'm going to get this on, but not in the center. And I'm like, oh, that's not centered. So I'm going to move this so it's centered. And right there. That works better. And then this side has some layers. So I'm going to do some paper piercing together so that I can get some layers in here. So getting this one cut too. I like the whimsy on this. It's just a scrap piece. I used a little bit of a scrap of this, and this checkered was in my kit from my counterfeit kit, and I'm going to use both of those on tomorrow's layout. But I did that one first, so yep. So I'm just gonna piece this together so you can so the pattern matches and so that you can't tell that there's really a line there. And then this makes a really nice layer underneath my flip. And then I'm going to do the same with that grid paper with the circular whimsy bit so that it goes underneath that full picture too, and so that it's like a good mat. So making this even on the top and the bottom. So I counted and cut, and so I have some scraps there to put in my scrap pile for my scraps. I'm gonna have to be careful not to use all my scraps up on my layouts because I'm using them right now, because I need to do baby use those scraps at the end of the month. So okay, and then just lining this grid up, and then just making sure I can get it, and then on. There we go. That works out. I'm just gonna put a little bit of tape on the back to hold that in because it just barely overlaps. And then that's just going to go on that side. And then this is from that same collection from Simply Stated Design. And look at these fairy, oh, so big, so pretty, so big. I love them. These were the large embellishments. And then I got these ones, which are small ones. And these are super cute too, and have like little cute fairy houses in them, and the toadstools, and there's lots of strawberries on them. Super cute. So I do he and ha about the large toadstool and the fairy house, and I'm trying to decide which one I like, but which one my kiddo would like more too, because she's all about the toadstool, but also likes the fairy houses. So these pictures are of us for the ones that I'm just working on around right now. The top one is us at the Indian restaurant that we like to go to. And so that's where Mateo wanted to go for supper. So that's where we are. And then the other 3 are her opening up her birthday presents, which were some Funko Pops that she picked out when we were at Comic-Con that year. And then we found some Scooby-Doo ones that she's a big Alice in Wonderland fan, so the ones that she picked out were Alice in Wonderland. So like the toadstool and the fairy house and that kind of stuff really works into that whimsy for that. And then she's a big Scooby-Doo fan, so we found her Shaggy and Scooby-Doo for Funko Pops, so she got those too, so she was quite surprised. I thought that would be really cute with the strawberries hanging down, but I really want this piece here. So and if you have the premium sketch, you'll understand why I'm thinking about this and going back and forth, because there is an element that is there, and I did want to represent it properly. So, and then just trying to figure out what else I want to go on here. So I think that is enough. I'm not going to get that toadstool on, even though I really, really wanted to, but my daughter said, hey, there'll be lots of opportunity to put whimsy on my layouts, Mom. So yes, there will be. So I have this wood veneer piece from the dollar store that says happy birthday. It's going to say happy 18th birthday. I am going to line it up over top of the fairy house and on that border strip. And then the 18 is just going to nestle in really close there. I had thought about painting the happy birthday, but with the brown in the fairy house, I didn't think it actually needed it. So I didn't. And then I'm going to pick out the red ones of these ones. They all come in a strip and they're from the dollar store, but I wanted to add a little bit of sparkle. So a little bit of sparkle is going to go on in all sorts of different places. In all of the clusters, there is 4 clusters, I guess. So there and here. Because I only want the red ones. Like, oh, I like these, but they're a little fiddly. And then I'm going to decide to put some journaling on. So get rid of the ones that are sticking to my fingers, and then I'm going to look in, what else do I need? I wouldn't mind having a little bit of journaling. And so I'm going to look through and I'm going to find these gray ones, and it's subtle, it still works with the colors, it's not going to stay there, but that's what I thought. And this one's going to say karmas for dinner and Funko Pops for your present XO. And then I decided it's not going to go there, so I rip it, but it comes off, yay. And then not there, not there, it's going to sneak here. And I think that works pretty good. And then I thought I would use one more, so I have to find them again because I just shoved them back in. So looking for them, and I'm just put a little one here, and it's just gonna say made by you, XOXOXOXO, because she made her own cake and wanted to make a toadstool out of it. So she did all herself. So here are some close-ups. There will also be some still shots here to follow, and the link for Scrapbook Sketch will be down below as well. There is a discount code if you would like to use that, and I will have it up here in a second. And yeah. I like how this turned out. I'm really happy with it. And all the red and the pink really works with what she's got, and the theme, and yay! So lots of close-ups so you can see what's going on, because there's 2 pages there. So all of that one, and then a little bit of overlap, and then all together. And then here's the discount code. It's Amanda10 for 10% off printables and books and stencils, but not the premium subscription, because it's pretty cheap as it is. Thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate it if you subscribe, like, and comment. It really goes a long way. Thank you so much, and have yourself a wonderful day.